Welcome along to our big match preview and proudly backed by Ladbrokes for the season. Remember, you can get yourself £20 by betting yourself a fiver. As a new customer, click the link in the description to get involved. Terms and conditions apply. Back to the football. Nick and I are here to talk about Saturday's 3 o'clock kickoff as Saints host Man United. It's been a long time since we've had a Saturday 3 o'clock with United, and equally a long time since we've beaten them at home. So United currently flying, scoring goals for fun. And Nick, so first of all, what have we got to do to ensure that we don't concede a cricket score on Saturday even? The big discussion is, of course, whether to start Van Dijk alongside Hoots or in a combination of a three at the back.
To be fair, Man United are scoring goals, but a fair chunk of them have been late goals. I mean, I think they were only 1-0 up against Everton up until the 83rd minute. And I think it was a similar scoreline at Swansea before they scored a few. So, yeah, they've been scoring a few goals, but they're not the free-flowing Manchester United side of old, I'm hoping. I mean, yeah, what have we got to do to stop them scoring goals? We've got to have a fully fit Van Dijk in. We've got Hout in. We've got Lamina. We need to set up, I think, fairly similarly to we did at Palace. The big question is, will we be set up in the formation we started the game or finished it?
Now, there's also a big question hanging over the physicality of Lukaku. You know, you could argue that maybe Yoshida isn't as physical as, perhaps Van Dijk or Hoot. I mean, if Pellegrino is to go with the 3-5-2 or technically the 3-4-2-1, it would need some reshuffling in midfield. And we saw on Saturday at Palace, Tadic was the one to come off to accommodate for Van Dijk. But what would it mean to the natural wide players like Redmond? What would be your preferred lineup?
Good question. I mean, if we take the 4-4-2, my preferred lineup, the 4-2 central midfielders, 2 wide men and a man up front. As such, I would go Suarez, Van Dijk, Hoot, Bertrand, Lamina, Romu, Redmond, Tadic, Shane Long. The only real difference from Palace would be I would bring in Van Dijk for Yoshida. We need his reading of the game. We need his quality, and providing he's match sharp and he's got another game under his belt, etc. Then yeah, I'd play him. If we're going to go free at the back, yeah, Yoshida will stay in the side. I'd still hold Lamina and Romu in the centre of midfield. Then that leaves you basically trying to slot in. I'd still again keep wing backs as Bertrand and Cedric. So that leaves you where we slot. I'm losing track of the numbers, but Shane Long up front, Stephen Davis in midfield, and we got one more to slot in. That's pretty
much it, really. You put the 2 central midfielders, Davis and Long. That's really the rest of it. I mean, you got the 4 there and the 5 defenders, without including Forster.
Have we got it right? 3 at the back. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Van Dijk has slotted in instead of, as the extra man. Yeah, no, quite right. I mean, I'd be happy with that situation, but it's what the manager feels happy with, really, and it worked. It was a brave move Saturday to switch with 13 minutes to go, and it worked. But Manchester United are not Crystal Palace.
A different kettle of fish. And now remember to check back tomorrow for our predicted 11, and head over to our Twitter page to get involved with the vote. Whether would you play Van Dijk alongside Hoot or alongside Yoshida or Hoot, or a combination of the 3 or another combination? Let us know in the comments and on our Twitter page. But Nick, let's wrap things up then for this one. Score prediction on paper, I think it's the first time this season that we're not favourites to win a game. I think anything other than a loss would be a great result at the weekend.
It is. I mean, since we've been at St Mary's, we've played Manchester United 9 times in the league. We've won 1 14 years ago and we've drawn 2. We played them 3 times in the Cup, FA Cup. We've lost all 3. It's time. Manchester United, whilst we're at the Dell, was always a game where you'd look for that shock. Yeah, sometimes we get beaten, but then other times we'd have a great victory. So it's about time that we won a game. I'd like to go for my usual 3-1, but, 2-1, 2-0, I don't really care. It's all about beating Manchester United. Saints Man United was the first ever game I've seen. I ever saw that was a draw in the FA Cup. I'd be happy with a point. I'd be even happier with a win.
Yeah, and I think encouraging progress if we do manage to take a point off maybe a champions-elect. But excellent stuff there, Nick. That wraps it up then for our big match preview. Remember to leave us your predictions in the comments below. Leave us your likes, your comments, and subscribe for more.